Right on. I'm gonna show my setup first before I start the auto. This is the aggressive setup. You can swamp out for Death Ward and a Blessing of Head. That's the more defensive option. The one that if you're not comfortable yet with this, you can take that and be just about fine. I was gonna take Colgerian. You could take Hellhound if you want to, under the same deal. Colgerian is more aggressive, Hellhound is more defensive. Otherwise, it's just pretty standard. Powder Penance, because we get Brain Prayer if we ever get a special attack, especially the last phase. What else? Thermal, Bonfire, Thermal Charged. We don't really need sticks, but you know, Bonfire big, Dopamine big. It's gonna be a full hour of kills, and I'm gonna try to say as much as possible in regards to what I'm doing or what I'm thinking or trying to do. Hopefully it all makes sense, and maybe we can find something to improve on. Right away from the start, you want to line up both stocks and carry Death Spore arrows. Right about now. I'm kind of using weak abilities so I can control the boy stacks. Just be chilling. This is a little bit uncomfortable now, but we're fine. I can throw up one more auto attack. Do this. Jerry Gun, we have to 6. I'm at 7. And this guy will die soon. I just need to bleed. I don't want to use up my wood stacks. Let's start now. Notice how I used the small cloud to prevent an auto attack from going up. I was using Dead Spores on that one. That's a mistake. You really want full arrows. That hit tanked was intentional. I want to use Berserker's Fury, at least for the first fight. It's not like he hits super hard. Or is there isn't any KO potential, rather. I can use Death Force here because it's not like you need a particular amount of speed in here. I can get Rico here. I'm at 4 stacks. Keep using basics. I can technically ignore them and just chance it, but you know, it adds an extra degree of safety we all want to. I'm at 7, I want to bleed, so I can do Void Stack just as he faces. Without both ultimate ups, or at least Dead Swiftness, there's a slight degree of RNG on skipping specs, particularly on how much you crit the Searing Butthole and how many arrows it hits. Generally, you can skip specs just fine, just without Dead Swiftness. But you know, there's always that degree of RNG. Roughly at the bottom right of my interface, it's a Death Spore cooldown. I'm using Death Force right now to reduce the cooldown, precisely. So I can just go ham in here. And I have 2 options here. I can just delay it. If I didn't get any crits, I could have just delayed it until I got the crits I needed. But we are fine like this. We got huge amounts of crits. Missed a flick, that's not intentional. Face or not. Part of why it was a lot of damage in particular, that one, was not just because of Berserker's Fury. Remember, the 6 pad gives you a damage boost if you are at minus 60% health. Eldritch Housebow helps a lot with this. Even Death Ward helps a lot with that, as it gives you kind of like a cushion of being low health. That's why it's both are fine to use. Here I'm chasing crits, probably more than I should, but it's fine. I have every other ultimate on cooldown, Death Swiftness and Incendiary, so I'm gonna chance to skip. There's a couple of ticks in there, but it's not like it matters. We're gonna get the... Sorry, I'm focused. We're gonna get this back, but it's fine. Use that Sports on that Eureka just to get the cooldown off. I should be sharding more. You can expect to have 4 shards by now. Let's hope it's not an invisible auto. 5 seconds on my Dead Spores. It's okay. I'm using Rapid Fire for my Dead Spores. That's fine. Getting stacks up. So I can just, as I go out, I can just Eureka. We have Incendiary back up. If I had Adrenaline, of course, but you know, that's a skill issue. Somewhat of a skill issue. I want to stack both ultimates right here because of the Protector guy. It is definitely kind of important. I'm gonna try to use Bolshevik just as he faces. It's gonna be an auto attack, that's fine. Now, I'm gonna try to lower a lot more health before I target the other guy. I kinda want to extend my devotion. So I can do this. Sell this low now. It's fine. I have a ton of devotion, I can lower a lot more health. I want to try not to actually do that. If you walk all the way to the back, the healer guy is gonna come out and, well, that's not ideal. It's a little bit of more health that you have to deal with and, you know, I want to speed it up as much as possible. I just have a lot of food. It's first to kill with the hour, so, you know, bound to be mistakes. Now you can choose which ultimate to use in here. I prefer Incendiary Shot a lot more than any other option, because it allows me to be always full adrenaline as I face into phase 7. That final jury could give me full adrenaline. Now, the start of 5-7, it's always a standard. It's always the same. Up until... The balance is whether you crit or not. Binding Shot, Witchback, Snapshot. I Adrenaline Potion just in case. Jericho. I have my Incendiary cooldown. That's not ideal. But, you know, we deal with it. I can Incendiary this thing. Wait just a little bit for it to detonate. So I can Jericho this. And now I can do this. I missed. Oof. It's okay. I can use 2 abilities just as the big thing comes up. Need to proc Sharder. Jericho should be killed, I believe. Tragic. An execution, not a quite of a consistency one. We just tight binding this dude. Just rush him for the kill. It's first kill of the hour, so, you know, just a bunch of mistakes I probably didn't even notice. But it's a matter of execution. Take the loot and start on the kill. The things to take into account are how many abilities you want to death spore, when do you want to death spore, those kind of things that you have to decide on the fly as you crit or not. It's the major part of the difficulty of dealing with Zamorak, Zenrich, much more than dealing with mechanics or anything. It's not like you get a lot of mechanics, but more of so his auto attacks do hurt eventually. I'm at 4 stacks, I can swap to full arrows just to build the adrenaline, line up both stacks. Let's do this. I'm at 3 stacks, I can Incendiary, pretty comfortably, gonna bleed just in case Incendiary doesn't hit 7500, 7500. I shouldn't sorry, I shouldn't have done ECB right there. And I didn't smoke cloud either. We're gonna deal with it. I'm gonna delay it just a little bit. Since I can't Dark Bow on that last one, oh, missed a lot of damage. Since we can't back-to-back spec with range, especially a third channel, I decided to use that just to use the adrenaline. Since anyways, I'm gonna get it back eventually. Hey, that's Smart Cloud right there. Again, I'm using Death Force here just because, you know, so I can just Jericho here, get the adrenaline back. Gonna Storm Shard just before we open here. Full arrow. Do this. She's practically 0 HP. Gonna stack a bleed before. I can now Jericho. Get this out. I'm not 60% HP, so my damage is gonna be somewhat low. Gonna Dark Blue just to make sure. Let's hope we crit. With crit, that's fine. I can Dark Blow. Gonna Jericho. Hopefully another Dark Blow. Unluckily, no. Gonna move just a little bit more. Gonna take more damage. Shit. Storm Shard just as I go if I press the action button. I'm gonna be mildly pissed if my voice isn't clear enough because I put a lot of effort into this. Let's pray for crits. We didn't get crits. Now I have two choices here. I can just force the crits and stand here, kind of like delay the pad. It's lower, but it ensures I get a spec skip. And at the same time, the spec you have to deal with is not so long it isn't the thing that forces you into Infernos. It's not a big deal. But you know, it's something. As you saw on the, what was it, second pad? I only faced with ECB, I didn't need ults or anything of the like. So using them gives you a higher degree of caution, of consistency. It's up to you whether to stack them out, whether you want to delay or anything. Those are the kinds of decisions on the fly that you have to decide right on the spot whether you want to do or not. And what makes or breaks a fast kill or not. Gonna rest. Storm Shards. I have my ults on cooldown because I stacked both of the last one. Not ideal, but I deal with it. Calgarian never goes into this spot. It's very frustrating. Gonna dead set just to use adrenaline. I cannot back-to-back spec. Snapshot, I would love that Dark Bow. It's fine. Gonna Excalibur right away because as we get further, we heal less. Definitely not something we want to. Praying there's not invisible artists. Using Death Force here to reduce the cooldown, get some stacks even. At 2 stacks. Gonna Storm Shards. Gonna wait just a little bit. We didn't get any crits. I'm delaying more. We have 4 stacks. I stack both because it's the Protector dude. I'm not on the DCB, that's not ideal. Great. Very good. Now, I don't remember anymore, but if you get melee spec at the last pad, it's gonna be a little bit of an issue. As you need devotion for phase 7, of course. And so I'm gonna take slow phase 7 just by a little bit to ensure I get a devotion on the melee hit for phase 7. This is why sometimes getting a spec, it's not bad. It's actually could even be ideal. It's not like it just slows shit down or anything. Hunting crits, Storm Shards. We have full. We color Cargillion. We are 3 stacks, I can just use this. My devotion is on cooldown by 5 seconds, but it's manageable. Chancing it. Great. As always, your death force and void stacks are reset. Again, the rotation is exactly the same. A Eureka here. Hope we get crits. We did. Minus Henry is on cooldown. It's no big deal so long we manage our adrenaline well. There we go. Do this. I can requit just before I go, just for the adrenaline. The war wasn't, the red war wasn't very high, so I could just disruption for the save. There we go. I splashed. That's concerning. That's very concerning. I splashed. I don't know how. It's not meant to happen. No clue why. I'm gonna suppose it's curse drain because I targeted the rune. I don't know. Someone smarter than me will figure it out. Probably could have brewed to oblivion as well, but it would be the first time that has happened. Anyways, that was a alright kill. Could be better. Because as you saw, most of the time set that I could have had here was just a straight up risking it, the face. Instead of having to build up the S4 slowly, getting my ult up at least one up. That was a huge, a lot of standing around, not doing nothing. Which again, it's your choice whether to do it or not. It adds a degree of consistency you may very well prefer over risking it. Again, slowly building death force. We're at 7. And try to. I can always want to start with 7 stacks because that way I can just bulge back as an over. There we go. Oh, by the way, the farther you stand away from the path, the slower it charges. You can use this to your advantage on deciding where you want to face quickly. I don't think I'm gonna get a escape spec. We are. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I could have ECV'd. Again, the not being able to back-to-back spec really hurts the entire Zami range shenanigans. As you saw, I deathsport my entire Jericho and Rockfire there. Building up just a little bit of adrenaline because you need around 70 adrenaline without impatient procs or the like to proc your ultimate ability with death force. Otherwise you just run out and you're cocked. Okay, take it. Yeah, we're fine. Perfect pacing. Remember, your death force give you 3% more crit. You use that to your advantage as well. Some abilities you are gonna hit cap regardless, particularly Dark Bow. If you're in the Death Swiftness, so you might as well death for that. Now I have a choice here: delay, rapid fire. I chose not to delay. I'm gonna delay just a little bit to get this out. There we go, perfect. Oh, no adrenaline. Not ideal, but not fatal either. There we go. My death spores are very much on cooldown. So let's see if we can get some crits. There we go. I need some adrenaline first. It's that time anyway, so I can just use whatever. Delaying just a little bit. I'm working out earlier. Taking that hit on purpose to be at 60% HP. And we face just about it. I cancelled my snipe to instead do this. I only needed adrenaline. I much rather prefer Dark Bow. Getting 2 stacks for another Dark Bow, using Death Sword to get more adrenaline, and charge as I go into the Infernos. Again, my Death Swords are very much on cooldown, and I'd much rather have both up for the next pad. 10 seconds. Might have to delay it. It depends a lot on the crits in here. We're good. I'm gonna delay it. Just a little bit by standing over here. I'm gonna adrenaline potion. It's not necessary, but it makes it more comfy with the adrenaline. I'm not gonna take that hit. I'm already at 60% HP. Would have loved the Dark Bolt there, but it's fine. Since alright. I'm not gonna devotion coming out, because it's gonna be the melee hit as the final spec. I wanna make sure I have it up, just in case. I could have instead stayed at Zen, killed the protector guy right away. This guy covers a lot of damage. Just to kill him, here we go. Let's pray for crits. We didn't get any. There we go. Well, we're in God's hands now. Not ideal. Tragic. We're gonna get the melee hit on phase 7. We cannot delay by a lot, or the bomb's just gonna hit like bonkers. Not ideal, but manageable. Again, this is the same. We do Demon Slayer Sigil. We do not have a running potion, not ideal. We're gonna have to use 20 shots of adrenaline to get it back. The bomb. This guy's still alive, that's fine. Bad runs, not ideal. I'm gonna bleed just to keep my bulge stacks up. Would you look at that? My devotion is up. I'm gonna rapid fire and cancel it immediately for my shadow. Jericho into Darko. Just up. Relatively comfort. 540. Still much room for improvement, I'm pretty sure. Whether I notice it or not. Particularly in the lane part, as I've said multiple times. 541, it's fine. I've got 534s. I'm gonna do one more kill, hopefully it's a good one so I can end it right there. It's quite exhausting to be talking all the time. But again, I'm really hoping it's clear, that I am understandable. My English is good enough. I'll post my preset at the end right away as well. Rather, setup, relics, once more. Again, build death for stacks right here. Oh, right. Storm shards take into account if you're wearing full arrows. And the shatter also takes into account full arrows, so it double dips. Take that into account when using shatter. Try to do it with full arrows. Always be mindful of that. I do not have that bulge stacks, so I'm just gonna dead swiftness, do the usual, but open with a Jericho. It is relatively important to Smoke Cloud, so that if you Jericho or whatever, it's so you don't throw an auto attack and mess up your bulge stacks. I'm still gonna face him there. I'm gonna have to rapid fire into Serene Godbow because we can't back-to-back spec. We're gonna get a spec. Definitely gonna get a spec. You don't have adrenaline, I'm just gonna Dark Bow because I don't care! Misclick there. I was meant to go into Inferno, so just brain farted. But it's fine. We got a good kill out. With reasonably good commentary. I messed up Death Force. I'm not gonna teleport out, but it's something that you should be very mindful of. I lost my entire Death. Woo! Never mind, I got it. So practically, I used Death Force at the wrong time, with the wrong adrenaline, at the wrong part. So I could have lost my costless Insane and messed up a lot of things I was going to do there. But we're fine. We just about got it at the last tick. Gonna target for once more Death Force Jericho so I can reduce the cooldown and get crits. I was meant to shard as well, but oof. There are too many things to take into account. We should have talking. Did I face? No. But Dason went through. Nice. Oof, no crits. No crits still. Almost no crits, that's tragic. And again, that's part of the bearing, so I'm gonna stack both ults because who cares? No, you should be fine with just one ult. Do what I say, not what I do. Kaljurin often gets stuck as well. Since Kaljurin is so big, he can't literally go into that path, unlike Hellhound. Be mindful of that. You might sometimes have to walk out entirely of the path. I wasn't using Death Force here, that's a mistake. The cooldown is immense, I'm gonna have to use Rapid Fire. Going down, until we go 2 stacks, it's not ideal. 3 shards. Use this because we're running out of health. My ults are not up. It's fine. This is no longer enforcing ah, close. So yeah, that's why you don't stack ults. I think I said it before in the previous kill. I had both my Incendiary and Depth of Physical cooldown. I was forced to like use Natural Instinct just for the sake of using it. And it slowed down into getting a spec. It's not that bad because that means we don't get the melee hit on the next paths in case we don't face that degree of security. That's for just a little bit. It has relatively high HP, so I'm gonna delay just by a little bit. I'll stand outside. Just a little bit more damage, racking up both stacks. I think I'm gonna get a spec. That's fine. This one doesn't hurt. Oof. My Incendiary buff ran out. Same deal as well, we're reducing our Death Force cooldown here. No crits whatsoever. There we go. Oh, right. Let's presume you have 3 seconds cooldown on your Death Force and you do Reiko. If it doesn't matter if all of them crit, they're not going to transfer over to these stacks. They're just lost entirely. So you want to reduce the cooldown of your Death Force, but also you don't want to commit to them entirely. That's my unfortunate cooldown now. Just let me use it. So yeah, if they're on cooldown and you do Reiko, and they go off cooldown as a result of that Jericho, any leftover hits are not going to transfer into Void stacks. Sorry, into Death Force stacks. That's why we prefer to use Rapid Fire. I'm still showing here. That's why we prefer to use Rapid Fire in that. As a way to get stacks of Death Force as a buff, as a default. I don't know how to explain myself, right? It's kind of hard to keep up with this. It will never be over. Not until you lie. Go, Adrenaline Potion, Poach. Instead, with your weak of this dude, we have everything we need. The incendiary shot could be thrown to the B realm. That way it gets a little bit of more damage, and in case it's Birion, and you can finish super quickly. Instead, I want a snapshot under the incendiary. Sorry, under Dead Swiftness. We do this. No Storm Shard stack, that's tragic. That's fine. That's fine. It's a slow kill. Some blatant mistakes, but they were noted. Proof of concept is right there. Do as you please. Yeah, that's all for today. I'm gonna upload. See ya.